Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and before I get started, I do just want to say I'm sorry that I haven't been able to upload in it's 2 weeks now, because I have just been really busy, and I really just couldn't find the time to do it, so forgive me, but forget that. Without any more talking, let's just get into today's video. So today, I'm going to be talking about the Boston Celtics, and specifically, I'm going to be talking about how I think the Boston Celtics can really become a super team, and maybe actually have a chance to try and win the NBA Finals, because right now, as we're seeing, the Cavs are going to be getting past, at the time of recording this video, they're going to be playing Game 5 tomorrow, and it really looks like the Cavs are just going to be getting past the Celtics again, and I think you all would agree with me, the Celtics really have no chance at getting past the Cavs in the next 2 seasons, about 2 to 3 seasons, and today, I'm going to be talking about how they can all change that. Now, keep in mind, I am a Cavs fan, but I was trying to be as unbiased as I can. With that being said, let's continue. So, at the moment, the Boston Celtics are at a huge fork in the road. Now, the season is probably over, but they have to start making a decision, and I think they have two choices that they can go with. They can either go with the plan of picking a really good and a star, at a college star in the draft and keeping him, and most people think they would pick Markelle Fultz, and I do agree with that, so let's just go with Markelle Fultz. They have two choices. They could either keep Markelle Fultz and then try to groom him for the future and just, plan long term and think about, maybe another 4 seasons or 5 seasons down the road when LeBron James's career might start to wind down and Cleveland might have to get another small forward. They might be thinking long term. Or the Celtics could go with the other decision that I think would be better for them, and that is to get another superstar or two right now and go for the championship right now and just try to go for the finals. I mean, I really don't think at this point the Celtics should go for the long term because the fans are ready, everything is in place. Just adding another 1 or 2 superstars will give them a real chance to get past my favorite team, Cleveland. And it's hard for me to say this, but I do think that they could do it if they just make the right decision, and it really is a make or break right now, so they have to be really careful. So let me go into the first scenario, the Markelle Fultz one. So obviously people think they're going to take Markelle Fultz because they could also take Lonzo Ball, but that's really less likely because we all know Lonzo would demand a trade to the Lakers, and that would just not work out. So let's say they take Markelle Fultz. Then the thing is, they would have 3 point guards, Markelle Fultz, Isaiah Thomas, and Avery Bradley. 3 guards, and also Terry Rozier, that makes 4. And you see, if they take Markelle Fultz and they don't end up starting him, which I really don't think they will because, hey, Avery Bradley is showing a lot of promise. He's becoming a really good 2-way player. He's a very good defensive player as well. So, I really just don't think it'll make sense to just keep Markelle Fultz on the bench because so far I know he may turn out to be a bust, but what we've seen from him in college is really good, and also he has a lot of trading value, or maybe if they don't draft Markelle Fultz and they do something with that pick before the draft, that has a lot of value that they could work with and make trades and, build their team and maybe even into a dynasty. So I think just keeping Markelle Fultz on your bench really wouldn't work well, and it's just completely wasting some talent. Like, other teams could really use that. I know the Celtics obviously just want to win a ring, but that would be a complete waste of even picking him. So I think they should really use Markelle Fultz's trade value and take the other choice that I already mentioned, because unless Markelle Fultz becomes like the next LeBron James and is like lighting up the league from the second he comes in, averages like 20 points in the first season, they really need to trade him. And the thing is, what makes this decision so crazy is that they need to make this decision by February, before the trade deadline is up next season, because the thing is, as much as you may not notice it, Isaiah Thomas is going to become a free agent next season, next summer, and you think, I don't know, but he's been doing so good. If the Celtics don't offer him a lot of money, he might just be going for the big bucks because his stats are so good. I really think Isaiah Thomas is gonna want the big bucks next season when he becomes a free agent, because at this point in his career, he's basically in his prime. If the Celtics don't give him enough, he could go to somewhere else where teams will give him a lot to come to them. So I think the Celtics need to trade Fultz and focus on keeping the current core and adding another 1 or 2 superstars. So now we've figured out that Markelle Fultz path, which I really don't think will work out. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of that. Let's go on to the plan that I think will work much better, and this is adding another 1 or 2 superstars. As much as some Celtics fans might not like this plan does involve trading away that number 1 first pick, or whoever they take, or Markelle Fultz, as I mentioned, as most people think it'll be. And I think this would be the best option, because with the value of the number 1, they can get a lot of good players. And the thing I have specifically in mind is Blake Griffin from the Los Angeles Clippers, because lots of people have been saying the Clippers should trade Blake Griffin to the Thunder, but you see, the Clippers, sooner or later, they're gonna have to rebuild. And as I mentioned previously in one of my other videos, go check that out, I think the Clippers will have to rebuild very soon, because Chris Paul, as good as he is, he really cannot keep this up much longer. And currently, the Clippers really just don't have enough superstars to actually try to get past Golden State. So I think the Clippers are going to have to start to rebuild soon. And this is perfect. They can get rid of Blake Griffin, who's been getting injured a lot. And most people just think Blake Griffin should leave the Clippers. And I agree. So trading Blake Griffin to Boston for Markelle Fultz, or the number 1 first, because as I said, the Clippers need to rebuild. And what better way to rebuild than a really good rookie who you can develop? Because if they take that Markelle Fultz or that first pick, they could develop him as he becomes a superstar, hopefully. I mean, he might just be a bust, but I don't think that's unlikely. So if they can take him, they can have him develop as they rebuild, and it'll be a perfect rebuilding piece. They might even throw in some other players, but mainly that Markelle Fultz, or number 1 first pick, for Blake Griffin. Or what else I think they could do, they could go for the Jimmy Butler option, and they could trade Markelle Fultz to the Bulls, because the Bulls, at this point, it's not like the Clippers where the Bulls are gonna start rebuilding soon, because the Bulls pretty much have already started their rebuild, I think, or are gonna do it just this summer. So I think if they trade something like Markelle Fultz to the Bulls for Jimmy Butler, it'll be perfect for the Bulls to rebuild as well. And I'm not saying the Bulls will take that for just number 1 first pick or Markelle Fultz, but it will help them rebuild a lot, and they could possibly even throw in somebody like Marcus Smart or Jay Crowder, and then I think they'll be able to get Jimmy Butler, who'll be another perfect superstar to match for Isaiah Thomas. Now, the last thing I think they can do with this path is get Gordon Hayward. Now, Gordon Hayward is going to be a free agent, and I really don't think that he's going to be leaving Utah, but if they can get Blake Griffin, or probably I would prefer for them to win if they want Jimmy Butler, then I think Gordon Hayward might be a little bit more attractive to the Boston Celtics. And if they can get Jimmy Butler and Gordon Hayward, or Blake Griffin and Gordon Hayward, I think the Celtics have a legitimate chance at getting past the Cavs in the Eastern Conference. That's about it for the video. I hope you all did enjoy. Let me know in the comments what you think about these 2 plans, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.